Hi guys, for many years it's been claimed that Donald Trump is a Russian asset, that he was supported into the White House in order to divide the West and weaken it so it would make life much easier for Vladimir Putin. I'm not sure I fully support such a position. However, before the US presidential election, Trump was claiming that the war in Ukraine needed to end, and he was the only one that could achieve it. His supporters claimed that Putin feared Trump and would do as he wished. When the US president got on the phone to the Russian leader recently, Trump backers on both sides of the pond talked up Agent Orange's ability to drive a hard bargain and get a good deal. Now, this was followed up by a meeting between the Russian and US administrations, excluding both Europeans and, more importantly, Ukraine, where Trump, it seems, was willing to give Putin everything he wanted. Again, Trump supporters on both sides of the Atlantic tried to spin this as the US president playing 5D chess, something us mere mortals couldn't understand. Then we had this.
And I think it's going very well. But today I heard, we weren't invited. Well, you've been there for 3 years. You should have ended it 3 years. You should have never started it. You could have made a deal. I could have made a deal for Ukraine that would have given them almost all of the land, everything, almost all of the land, and no people would have been killed, and no city would have been demolished, and not one dome would have been knocked down. But they chose not to do it that way. And President Biden, in all fairness, he doesn't have a clue.
Oh my goodness. He's literally blaming Ukraine for being invaded. Just let that sit and marinate in your mind for a moment. He's blaming Ukraine for being invaded in 2022. This is like blaming Poland for being invaded in 1939. It's Ukraine's fault. And they should have sorted it out. They had 3 years to sort it. What the hell does he mean by they should have sorted it out? They were being invaded. They were defending their cities. They were defending their people. They were defending their sovereignty. They should have sorted it out. And I could have done a good deal. What the hell does that mean? Look, at the beginning of this I said that people are claiming that he's a Russian asset, and certainly this is evidence to support such a claim. I don't know if that's true or not. I think it's much more simple. Donald Trump cares about money. He cares about Donald Trump, and then he cares about money. Now, what's the money angle here? He wants to do a deal with Russia. He wants to perhaps build condominiums in Russia. He wants to have real estate in Russia. Like he's mentioned about Gaza. Wants to have real estate in Gaza. Wants to make money out of that. He's put people into his administration who are determined to make the poorest in society even poorer and the richest in society even richer. They don't care about public services. They're willing to cut them to the bone in order to shovel more money into the pockets of the richest people in society. Donald Trump wants to make money. This is my take on this. He sees Ukraine as a problem. He wants to do a deal with Russia so he can go there and he can have his condominiums and he can have his apartments and his casinos or whatever. He wants to make money out of this. And Ukraine is a problem. The European Union is a problem. The UK, to a certain extent, is a problem. A weaker Europe helps Putin. And if Putin can get something out of this, then he's going to give something to Donald Trump. Donald Trump does not care about Europe. He doesn't care about NATO. He doesn't care about the European Union. He doesn't care about any of those things. This is my take. Others are saying that it's a political. I don't think it's actually political. He wants to do a deal with Russia because he thinks he can make money out of this. He wants to do a deal with Israel because he thinks he can make money out of it. Doesn't care about politics, doesn't care about people's lives, doesn't care about the poorest in society or Ukrainians or Europeans or anyone else. He wants to make money. And here is an opportunity for him to fill his pockets and to fill the pockets of his friends. He should not be, he should not be near the levers of power. He should not be in charge. Because he doesn't care about people. He doesn't care about world peace. He doesn't care about the sovereignty of nations. Doesn't care about people's lives. He only cares about himself. And now we're heading down a very dark road where He wants to pull the United States out of Europe. He's already mentioned NATO, and he's also mentioned, according to some reports, and once again, we don't know what he's going to do because he's extremely unreliable and unpredictable, but he's talking about taking American troops out of Eastern Europe. Who would benefit as a consequence of that? Putin would benefit. And Putin would probably give something to Donald Trump in return. Somebody needs to take control of the wheel, because Donald Trump should not be in control. But unfortunately, I don't think there's anyone with the spine to stand up to him, to stand up to this bully. Let me know in the comment section, guys, what you think. As always, your comments are greatly appreciated. Thanks a lot.